What's up, everybody? Are you still using the mouse that came with your PC to do GIS? Does it have that red dot on the back of it? If so, I'm going to tell you what to do with it. The first thing you're going to want to do is get under your desk and unplug it. Then toss it in the trash. Okay, so maybe before you throw it in the trash, you want a replacement. And to replace it, you're going to want a gaming mouse. One like this. So I'm not very good at gaming, which is obvious from this clip. But I am good at GIS, and I really geek out on becoming more efficient in my work. And this mouse really helped me become more efficient. I mean, I didn't do any scientific measurements or anything. It was just obvious that I was quicker and faster, and the mouse was more efficient than the regular mouse. After some research, I settled on the Logitech G502 Hero mouse. It runs at about $40 US, and you can see Amazon did a real bad job of packaging it. The mouse wasn't damaged, the packaging was, and I'm glad I didn't have to send it back. It has 11 programmable buttons. 11, look at these. Now there was another mouse I saw that had way more than that. Here where the thumb goes, look at this monster. This one actually kind of scared me. I would be constantly hitting those buttons with my thumb by accident, so I didn't think that was a good choice. Plus, it was near $100, so I didn't want to spend that much. It has lights on it that you can adjust and change depending on what you're doing, which really wasn't that important to me, but I guess it's important in the gaming world. The sensor has a very high resolution, which means you can move it an inch and it'll shoot all the way across the screen, or set it the other way and you have to move it across the desk to get it to go an inch. All right, let's take this thing for a spin and I'll show you what it can do. This is how this thing works. So I've got the selection tool active right now. I want the Explore tool. I hit my thumb button. It changes to the Explore tool. I want the selection tool back. I hit this button here. It changes back to the selection tool. I want to go to the previous extent. I hit this button. If I want to clear the selection, I bump my mouse wheel to the left. So select, explore, previous extent, and clear selection. These two buttons I left alone, they change the sensitivity of the mouse, and I didn't need to mess with that. I just left them alone. If I bump it all the way up, it changes those lights so you can see where it is, and then hit this one to bump it down. I leave it at 2, that's about in the middle, which seems to work well for me. This is actually not a button. It controls the ratcheting of the mouse wheel. The smooth makes it zoom in and out too much, so I like it to ratchet just one level at a time. And then this button I programmed to be the Add Data button, so I click that and it launches the Add Data dialog. And I have one more button I want to program, and that's bump the mouse wheel to the right, and I'll show you how to do that. This is Logitech software to control the mouse. You can see I've got my webcam here and my mouse, so I click on the mouse, and this is where you can customize the mouse. Up here is the sensitivity settings. I left these the default. Down here is the lighting. I didn't mess with this either. So this is where you configure the buttons. You can see I left the primary click, secondary click, and scroll wheel click alone. I left those the default, as well as the DPI up and down. To look at the side buttons, you can hit this, and I've got the Explore tool for this thumb button, Select tool for the front one, and then back, which previous extent, or back, set to the rear one. So I want to change this button, bumping the mouse wheel to the right, to be Save Edits. So the software allows you to customize those buttons in a lot of different ways. You can set up a key, like any key on the keyboard, and that won't work with ArcGIS Pro because a lot of these are reserved for different tools, except for the function keys. We could have set up some of the function keys, but some of those are already taken up by other things, like F1 is for the help. I didn't want to have to go through the hassle of finding which ones were available. You can also do an action. This is more for streaming, I guess. I didn't mess with this. And then this system tab are system commands, and I didn't want to do those. What I wanted is a macro. So you can see I've got some macros set up here, the explore, clear selection back, or previous extent, select, and add data. So I'm going to create a new macro. I'm going to name it save edits. Now here is where you can set it up to just push the button that does the thing one time, or repeat it while you're holding the button, have it be a toggle, or have it do a sequence of macros. I want this no repeat because I just want to do it one time when I hit the button. To begin the macro, I hit this start now and it lets me do a few things. I didn't mess with any of these lower ones because I just want to record a couple keystrokes. So I hit record keystrokes. I'm going to go with Control F6, that's available, and then stop recording and save. Now I have this save edits available over here on the left, and you can see it's not assigned to a button. I grab it, I drag it to the button I want. That's save edits. So that's how you set it up on the mouse, but we still have to do something in ArcGIS Pro. So here in Pro, we want to come up here and go to Customize Ribbon. You can get to it through the project backstage, but it takes longer. This goes right to the page in the options I want. You can check to see if your command is in the popular commands, and ours actually is this save edits. But I want to show you how you can search for those commands. So you change this tab to be all commands, and it gives you the search window. And then in the search window, I'm going to type save. And you would think if you type save edits, it would find it, but no, I don't know why it won't find it with save edits. You can only use save. Notice it has a lot of different commands and buttons that are available with save in them. And you need to know which one you want with the select tool. It took me a long time to find the right one. It's kind of tricky. To help me find the right tool, I'm going to extend this window out because it doesn't show the whole description of the tool. So you can see there's save model builders, save edits to the current fields view. I mean, a lot of different saves, but I want this one, save edits. To assign our keystrokes to that command or that button, we place our cursor in the accelerator window and then hold down Control and then F6. Then we hit assign and OK. Now let's test this button out. Let's add a couple lines here. Now notice the save and discard button became active up here on the edit tab. Now I bump my mouse wheel to the right and save edits is now inactive, so it saved my edits. So now your next step is to go tell your boss that you need to drop $40 on a mouse to help you become more efficient. If they give you grief about using a gaming mouse in GIS, just show them this video. I'm not sponsored by Logitech, it's just the mouse I picked. It was a reasonable price, and I've had experience with Logitech before and I like that product. So you don't have to get a Logitech mouse, it's just the one I got. If you do end up getting a gaming mouse and you're having trouble programming it, let me know in the comments. I'll see if I can help you out. Or if you're already using a gaming mouse, let me know which one in the comments. And now your last step, go down and give that like button a chop for me. Helps me get my videos out there. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and have fun with your mouse. And watch that video. We'll see you next time.
Bang. Bang.